Hey Xavier, you ready to work on your next project?
Yes.
You want to know what it is?
Yes.
All right, let's get this box and I'll show you real quick. I want you to take this box and open it up so that way we can show everybody what it is that we're going to be working on. Go ahead. Put it down. What does that look like it is? That is an air ram intake, and it is colored yellow. Right here, by a little trim. All right, so to remove the front bumper, first we gotta pop the hood, and then we will go through and I'll show you all the points that you have to either unscrew or unclip so that way we can get the bumper off. Go ahead and open the hood. Forgot how to do it? That's why we're doing these videos, exactly. So, right up under here, if you feel in there, actually, if you just go ahead and look, you can see there's a little toggle. You're gonna flip it over to the side, and then you should be able to release the hood and push it up. It's a tab, you're gonna push it over. Right here, dude. Right next to the crease. And push up. Perfect. Right there. All right, so going around the top, we have this one here, this one here. And we also have this one underneath the molding, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one here, and around, just like that. But that includes these two up here, not this one. So we have to get those off at the top. All of these are tabs that we just pop open. Now, underneath here, we're gonna have to get the car jacked up, but there are a couple of tabs down here in the tire wheel well. There's one directly up under here, which is a Phillips head. This one here, and this one down here. So to start with, we're gonna have to use the pry tool to pry all these parts, as well as Phillips head. So Xavier, here you go, pry tool. Start on those trim pieces and just be careful. All right, now that we got everything on the top removed, and we have those four on the sides removed, like I said, there's one here, here, and here. So there's three on the sides here. And then there's one right up underneath here. Now we have to get under the car so we can see those. So underneath the car, you're only gonna have to remove a few clips. There's one right here. And the rest of them, like this one here, will be all along under this black shroud under here. There's also this bolt that you're gonna take out that goes right up here. But all the rest of these down in here are the ones you're going to be taking out. Not these up here, but just these back here. All right, now that we have everything off the top, everything off the bottom, and both sides, next step is to start pulling this forward. You pull the top forward or back towards yourself. And then same thing with here on the sides. You're just gonna pull those clips out forward towards yourself. All right, there was this one cord hanging here. You just gotta unclip that real quick. And then the front bumper hangs down slightly. Now you still have two more cords on this side here and this side here for the fog lights. Also the parking sensor. All right, there we go. And there you go. That's how you get the whole front bumper removed. So those clips on the top, sides, and the ones in the very back, not the ones a little more forward, because those actually clip right here. The ones you want to get unclipped are back over here. All right, so this right here is for the 11th Gen Civic. Now it's from Velocitech, and it's supposed to mount, hold this for a second, it's supposed to mount these two and here, right in here, and have a screw up here to support it, because this is where it mounts for the Civic. On the Acura Integra, there is a secondary horn right here. So since this horn, there's one over there, but since there is one here, we're going to have to find a way to take this and relocate it so that way it's out of the way but still connected, so we get no errors while we mount this. But I think with this here and the yellow poking through slightly, I think it'll look good. What do you think?
I think so.
All right, so now that I have this piece in my hand and looking at it, and I'm comparing it to where it actually sits on the car versus where it sits for the Civic, I'll give you guys a look. So on the Civic, it sits right in there, but like I said before, the horn, secondary horn, is right here, whereas on the Civic, this is not in this place. There's only that one horn over there. So this mounts here, and there is clearance underneath. What I'm going to do is, I already took these two plastic tabs out. I'm going to remove these two plastic tabs on this side, and hopefully that will give me enough clearance underneath that I won't have to take this part of the shroud out. And so I have my Dremel. I'm going to cut along here and right along here to remove only this section of plastic. If that's still not enough, I'll just remove these two tabs here and remove this bottom portion so this half is cut off. I'm only going to do that because I do want to retain most of this factory spec on this side, because there's no other reason for me to remove it. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, something to remember, safety first. I want to go blind just working on a car project. So as far as those two nuts right there for the horn, it's going to be a 12 millimeter. Now I'm going to remove this, let it hang down, and then install my snorkel. Once I install the snorkel, I'll see how much clearance I'll have next to there. So that way maybe I can install that somewhere else along the line. All right, now something else I realize I have to do, I have to get that underneath this bracket so it can wedge in this space. To do that, I'm gonna have to loosen this PRL cold air intake, and then underneath here are two other screws, as well as these two on this side, just to get it loose enough so that way it can bend up without actually bending the metal itself, but just to lift it up slightly. Now these bolts are 10 millimeter. All right, so sorry for the noise, but someone just pulled up in this noisy beast. But what we had to do was finagle some stuff. This only works in this one factory hole, and it works with the clip. So the little plastic clip that was holding on this plastic came out, and I put it back in to hold this in place. The other thing that is securing this in place is this top brace right now. Now, as for the horn, I relocated it from the middle right here in this janky ass position, but it's hooked on and it's secured and it's not going anywhere. So I don't need to worry about that. And it should not interfere with anything else going on right behind the hood. But as long as air is flowing through, it should feed straight up into our cold air intake. I know that explanation wasn't that great, but once I put the front bumper back on, hopefully I'll be able to see that little hint of yellow sitting behind there. Move this back in place. First things first, we have the 5 clips. Center one here, parking sensors, and fog lights. You turn it off. Now that we have our front bumper in place, you can see through the grill our yellow snorkel. Should be getting plenty of airflow right here. The horn is also not obstructing anything. It's also mounted in place so it won't swing around, and it'll give us more air to flow straight into our cold air intake. I really wish they made a version that was compatible with the Integra instead of what they have for the Civic, but this is good enough for me that I know it's going to be secure because it's in place with that clip, and the top brace is keeping it from moving around, so it's solid in place and it's not going to go anywhere. If you like what you see on the channel or you like this content, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment down below, and let us know what you think. And we'll have a couple more projects for you guys. Until then, peace. Till the next one.